Now with a closer look at these numbers, Andy Smith from the UNH Survey Center. And Andy, so I mean, what's your takeaway here? There was an impact from Iowa, at least when it comes to Marco Rubio.
Yeah, he seems to have gotten some media attention enough to get him a bounce here. The thing that I'm focusing on is how popular and unpopular the various candidates are. Donald Trump is leading in the polls still, but he also has about 35% of Republicans saying they won't vote for him under any circumstance. And that means he doesn't have a lot of headroom. Whereas both Kasich and Rubio, I think, have room to grow over these next few days.
Would you expect tonight that the Republican candidates, because you haven't heard them say that, you haven't heard them say Donald Trump, while he may be the front runner, he can't win. Do you expect to hear that tonight?
I think we will hear that tonight, and I think that these polls are starting to indicate the fact that he's down to almost single digits now. Single digits is absolutely striking distance. We've seen those sorts of things slip around very quickly in the last few days of campaign, so I think they're going to go after him a little bit more strongly. He's not so far ahead of the rest of the pack anymore that they'll feel threatened.
And with 3 days out, how much are we really solidifying now this undecided bloc?
In the Republican side, more than half are still undecided. I think if you think back to 2012, 3 days before the election, 46% said that's when they made up their mind. I think we're at about that same sort of position this year.
And you think of the candidates who have focused exclusively on New Hampshire. You think of Chris Christie and John Kasich. So those low polling numbers, you think there's still room for them to rise?
Christie is going to have a hard time because the trajectory is in the wrong direction. Bush still has a pretty formidable campaign, lots and lots of advertising. A good debate showing tonight might be enough to get him up to that third place. He's not far from third place.
Sure.
And
but Kasich is in third place, and he's been rising.
And he could be rising as well. See, I think that's all of these guys are going to have to be managing expectations going forward. If Trump loses, obviously the expectations are gone for him. But the person who can come second, and if it's a Kasich or a Jeb Bush who really come from way back in the pack into a second or a close third place, that might be their ticket out of here to South Carolina.
So this could be a make or break debate for several of them tonight.
Could be. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. We don't even really know which part of the debate really makes the difference, but you can't tell till afterwards.
And we want to point out, especially in the Republican field, what was it, 61%? 65% still haven't made up their mind, somewhere around there. A lot of votes to be had.
A lot to be had, and the reason polls move around so much at the end of these campaigns and why they're not usually that accurate in predicting who wins is because we're asking people who they're going to vote for, and they really don't know yet.
Andy Smith from the UNH Survey Center, thanks very much.
Thank you.
In New Hampshire, that means